Welcome back to Bit News. Got some interesting stories for you today. There is a growing trend in Bitcoin adoption among citizens of developing countries, and you'll see why. Mainly from Africa and Asia, the two continents with the highest number of unbanked citizens. That's the key word there. The total number of signups from developing countries is catching up to those of Europe and the United States. It makes up approximately 30% of new signups globally. Most are from North Africa. That's a tremendous amount, because there's a growing need for the citizens of these countries to interact with the world economy and to access financial services which are typically provided by banks. However, these regions are also the ones where banking service fees are the highest. Go figure. This is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is a game changer. You know, the majority of banks charge between 10 to 19% on any transfers to, from, and within African countries, 10 to 19%. But Bitcoin is giving people more control over their money. It allows users to send money across borders without paying those steep fees from places like Western Union and MoneyGram and banks. As more and more people in these regions become aware of Bitcoin and its ability to empower them and to give them access to financial services globally and at much lower costs, Bitcoin will continue to attract users. So it's a marvelous thing for people in developing countries. Oh, now this is really interesting for all sorts of people, but particularly people in the arts. Bitcoin is allowing anyone now to pursue work for companies all around the world and get paid in Bitcoin. How easy is that? People are starting to realize that cryptocurrency has unlimited potential when it comes to dealing with international clients and payments. Because you see, using traditional finance for payments, it's expensive, it's time consuming, there's all sorts of interesting negotiations you have to do because you're dealing in a different currency. Bitcoin solves all of these problems regardless of where their employee is located. So it makes sense for anyone, as I said, in the arts to look into Bitcoin and accept it as a payment method. If you're a graphic designer or a photographer or a composer, my youngest son is a composer, it allows you to attract more clients from all over the world, as the arts are not limited to operating in one's local market. You don't have to deal, as I said, with converting foreign currencies. It's a global form of transferring value regardless of country borders. Opens up a whole new world of potential clients for artists. They can do what they love, they can send their product all over the world, and they can get paid for it in Bitcoin. So that's a marvelous thing. Creative people, it's well worth exploring the Bitcoin option. Bitcoin mining. I'll quickly go through, most of you probably already know the whole thing about mining and what it means. It's how transactions on the Bitcoin network get processed. Transactions in Bitcoin are bundled into blocks, and it's the job of miners to confirm those blocks are legitimate. And this happens when a miner successfully solves a cryptographic puzzle. The current reward is 12.5 Bitcoins per block. That's over $15,000 at today's prices. The challenge, of course, is that miners must compete with one another with greater computational power to solve the puzzle and win the payout. In Bitcoin's early days, mining the cryptocurrency could be done on your own home computer. Today, server farms of thousands of custom-made and designed machines around the world, they compete with one another to solve the puzzle problem first. But it can be very, very profitable. Bitcoin miners have collectively earned over $2 billion in revenue since the cryptocurrency was established in 2008. So it's a very profitable business, but it's very profitable, but you have to invest a tremendous amount of money in the equipment, and as we've talked about before, the electricity cost, the cost of finance, just running the machines is enormous. That'll do for today, and so if you want to know more about Bitcoin, just go to bitnews.us and you can learn all sorts of things. We'll see you next time. Thank you.